Whoops. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, and we're not live on that. All right. So we're live. Okay. We're going to remove that one. Okay. We're live. I don't know. Oh, we have one viewer. I don't know if that's because I'm on the page, but um, no, we have 0 viewers. Okay, cool. So that I well, I just try to figure this out. We have 0 viewers across 4 channels. um, okay.
It
Oh
is
no, we have
at least
one.
Sunday morning on Easter
It's
Sunday.
Sunday morning on Easter.
Right.
Thank you for reminding me. So happy Easter to those that celebrate. This is my Disney's Caribbean Beach. I don't know, souvenir glass from like 20 years ago, literally. So we're on vacation here on Sunday. It's good water.
All right, pop up the banner.
Oh yeah, that's right. We made this.
The overlay.
We did this overlay, guys. So
So this is essentially how to use StreamYard Part
right.
2.
Well, we're learning how to. I wouldn't call this how to use StreamYard.
Right.
We're learning how to use StreamYard. So
as we bumble through this,
as we bumble through it, but we did something before the show. We learned how to create our own custom overlay. So for the 2 of you watching, this is going to be really, really powerful.
Right. So like the theme of the show was old way, new way, right?
Right.
The old way,
the new way. The old way was Zoom. The old way was Zoom.
Right.
This is our new way, StreamYard. So here, watch this. I can show the. Oh, now no one's watching. Okay, we're gonna show it then just for ourselves. There it is, our custom overlay using StreamYard. Woohoo!
Yeah, I would just leave it there.
We did that. We made this right before the show. So
right.
Yeah,
it's part of our new way. So this show in many ways is a metaphor for what we're going through. I don't know, is it a metaphor or an analog?
I don't think it's an analog. You might mean an analogy, but you don't mean analog.
No, you know, as an analogy.
Right, analogy, right. An analogous analogy, yes. Yeah,
but
so
it's more of a metaphor for what we're going through, which is we are having to retool a lot of the things that we're doing, and we're getting when we're discovering new ways to accomplish more.
So, right, and in a more better fashion. Like, so we're all familiar with using Zoom. By the way, if we haven't said it, happy Easter. It's Easter Sunday. We're 2 Jews, so we're not really celebrating other than our new way, which is using StreamYard,
right?
Which we've been using Zoom. A lot of us have been using Zoom a lot. We actually, speaking of religious holidays this week, my family did a Seder, a Passover Seder using Zoom. We had like 20 people from around the country on our Passover Seder. Most of the people we knew actually that showed up some.
So you used Zoom for that, right?
We used Zoom, yeah. Well, because everybody's familiar with Zoom. You know, I wasn't about to learn something new like StreamYard here.
Right. Well, I think you could use House Party. That's a new app.
Is that a new app? Okay.
Yeah. The thing about House Party is if you find out about a party, you can crash a party. So you could literally have a Seder with like a bunch of other people you don't know.
I'm not sure that would have been great. Although probably the most interesting Zoom meeting I've had over the last 2 weeks was not yesterday, Saturday, but a week ago, Saturday. My wife and I actually participated in a dance party. There were 100 people or 100 Zoom, connections. So it was more than 100 people because a lot of families were doing this too. It was professionally DJ'd. It was actually pretty fun.
Really?
Yeah. I took the laptop out into the living room and hooked it up so that we could see everybody on the big screen in the living room. And it was interesting. People were having a good time. It was a 70s disco party. A lot of people dressed up. It was neat. All of us dancing by ourselves. Well, at least I was with Rachel, in our living rooms with 100 other people out there.
Right. So that explains why I can't download anything that night.
Right. That's
Thank you.
Right. Yeah,
Thank you.
Well, I imagine there's a lot of people using Zoom today for Easter celebrations. I would think.
So I'm sure a lot of churches are broadcasting rather than than having people in person.
I think I've heard they're mandated to broadcast.
Yeah.
So
The Pope had mass with, like, I don't know, 6 other guys and a TV camera.
interesting.
So
we're here talking about the new way. A lot of people, all of us are grappling with new stuff, right? I mean, we're all at home and learning how to stay. Well, we talk about this all the time, Ronan, socially connected while remaining physically distant.
Right.
And this type of technology that we're using here, this is called StreamYard, for those of you that don't know, is one of those ways that we're testing out to see if this is a cool way to broadcast our content for our business. We're just testing it here on Sunday because we have nothing better to do because we're 2 Jews on Easter. And happy Easter for everybody out there celebrating. So look at this. So
I would say this. I would say happy Easter, everyone, except Carol Baskin.
Okay, well, there is that, of course. So thank you for that, Ronan.
All right, do the.
By the way, you guys. Oh yeah, the ticker. Sorry. Okay, so you should comment if you're on our feed. By the way, we are streaming this to 3 locations at the same exact time, which is one of the cool features of StreamYard. It's on my personal Facebook page. It's on our Real Appointments business Facebook page, and it is also at the same time being streamed on our Real Appointments YouTube channel. I'm going to roll this banner. I mean, we have like 2 people listening, I think. But here, if you want, make a comment wherever you're watching this. It'll show us which stream you're actually on.
Right.
And it would be cool to see your comment. And then look, just to add more fun, I wonder what happens if you have the overlay and so the overlay at the bottom gets cut off a little bit.
No bueno.
Oh, we're going to have to fix that. See, we're learning the new way. Okay. So I'd be curious, what are some of the new things that people are learning? The one person that's still watching this right now.
Or comment later.
Right? Okay.
After it's posted.
Right. Well, that's right. If you comment during the live show, we could feature your comment, like literally while it's live. I'd like to show that feature for the one person that's watching somewhere out there. I see one eyeball. I wonder if I could tell who it is. Oh, it's me. Oh, I must be on. I must be on the page. Let me shut down Facebook. That's good.
Oh, that's too funny.
That's hysterical. I'm gonna get off Facebook. Let's see if it goes away. Oh, I can click on the eyeball, and it shows the names of the live viewers.
Oh, that's cool.
It's only my name. I'm assuming it's just me. So here we are by ourselves. It looks like, Ronan.
Right. So in the sticking with the theme, old way, new way, in the graphic for the show, right? What are some things that you're doing that you used to do one way and you do something different?
You asking me?
Yeah. And
okay,
our audience that will eventually show up.
So, my friend and creative director JT introduced me to this app that I actually you and I've used a little bit too, Ronan, called Marco Polo.
Right.
On the phone. And it, instead of sending like a text message, it allows you to send a short video message back and forth, almost like a video walkie-talkie back and forth to each other, called Marco Polo. It's a free app.
So it's not an app that you play in the pool.
Well, not unless your phone's waterproof.
Okay.
If your phone's waterproof, then you could play Marco Polo app in the pool. But I suppose, although I haven't tried that yet. So it's kind of cool. You just open it up and you send a quick video message to your buddy, and then they can, hear you, see you, which I think is a little bit easier to understand each other sometimes than just a text message. And so I've been using that just to help stay a little bit socially connected using that app. So that's one thing I'm doing a little differently.
So let me ask you this, though, because here's my issue with those kinds of apps, because there's Voxer, which is basically sending short voice messages.
Audio messages, right?
Yeah. And the thing I didn't like about that is that I had to stop. I had to listen to it. And I'm not the kind of person that wants other people to be either in my business or me imposing myself on others by having to listen to this. So How do you manage that?
I think that's a great question because I also I was in a Voxer group thing in a different assignment about 2 years ago, and it got really difficult to keep track of what was going on. So you have to use it sparingly, and I think with certain people, right? So with Marco Polo, we're talking about the Marco Polo app on the phone. For those of you, it's a video app to send video messages to each other, and you have to use it the right way and sparingly, right? Because obviously, if you're just sitting there back and forth on video, you might as well just pick up the phone and get on FaceTime, right? Or something like that. This is really the way I've been using it with JT, our creative director, is for business mostly, and it'll be something like, "Hey, JT, I got this thought about such and such, and I want more talk time to explain my thought, but I don't necessarily need him on the phone with me." But I don't use it all the time. I guess you have to just kind of, I don't know, maybe you have to kind of create some norms around using a tool like that so it doesn't.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of etiquette. But the question for me is, I think, cell phones have been around long enough. We've sort of established some level of etiquette about that, right? And
not everybody, but yes.
True. But on a larger level, we have some level of etiquette around cell phones. We know when to mute, or we know when to put them on silent. We know that needs to happen. Plus, the advent of texting and smartphones means that you can text. You don't always have to talk. Now
texting and talking are almost the same thing because we're using Siri or whatever you use on an Android phone to talk your text message, which is interesting because then you have these long text messages. I think that's where the Marco Polo app I like is, rather than, "Hi, Valerie. Look, we have a comment. Our first comment from Valerie Van Boeven. Woohoo! Thank you." And she asks the right question, or a great question. What platform is this? Look, I'm going to show this comment, and then I'll answer that. Kind of, how do I show? There it is. Look, there's Valerie and her comment and her question. Beautiful. All right. So Valerie, what platform is this? This is called StreamYard. StreamYard, one word. And we're talking about new stuff. Hi. And we are looking for some alternatives to Zoom. Everybody's using Zoom these days. As you are well aware, Valerie's a marketer. She's a brilliant marketer in the elder care niche. She has lots of elder care facilities as clients, and she's spectacular. So, and she's cooking brunch apparently. Okay.
Well, and there's a whole industry there that's going from one way to the other.
What's that?
The elder care industry. I mean, they're
right.
They're having
absolutely
super tough time in this.
They are having a tough time right now with the virus. So we're talking about new ways, things that we're doing differently. I'll tell you another thing you asked earlier. One of the things non-technical that I'm doing differently is cooking a lot more, right? I mean, that's probably true across the board. I know a lot of people are ordering a lot more takeout and doing a lot more prepared food delivery. We're doing a lot more cooking in our household, which is kind of nice actually, because it's getting myself and my wife and kids closer together doing something like that on a more regular basis. It's also putting us at the dinner table and even the lunch table together much more often than ever before. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Same for me. I'm doing a heck of a lot more cooking, not necessarily the healthiest cooking, but had chicken curry last night. I made a big bunch of pasta and with bolognese sauce, just all kinds of different things. For me, what's different is I've adopted a dog, and when I cook, he sits in the kitchen, which is not necessarily the most convenient place, but I talk to him a lot. And usually I explain to him what I'm doing about chopping the onions and sweating the onions and all that. So my thing, if I can figure out how to do the camera work, I'm going to create I've thought of 2 shows. One is called Cooking with Bonkers, because that's his name.
Okay.
And then the other show is Sniff and Sip.
Sniff and Sip.
Sniff and Sip. That's where he goes out. We go for a walk, and he goes sniffing, and I sip my coffee, and we just have a chat with people.
Cool.
I don't have three hands. One has to be on the leash, one has to hold the coffee, and the other one has to hold the camera. So I haven't quite figured out the logistics, and I'm not going to hire a cameraman. So
That makes
we'll have
sense.
the sniff and sip will have to be a show for a future date.
All right, let's show off. So for those of you that are interested, we are using this. What's a new platform to us? I think the platform's been out for at least a year. It's called StreamYard. We're looking for new ways of getting our message and our content out that are just different than what everybody else is doing. You know, a lot of times when everybody's zigging, it's best to zag a little bit. Right now, everybody's zigging towards Zoom. That kind of rhymes. So we're zagging a little bit and looking for other ways of getting our message out using these live broadcasts. This tool is called StreamYard. There's some neat features like this one here where I can put this. We created this custom overlay. Ready? 1, 2, bam. Look at that. Neat. So this overlay, which is cool. I mean, you can kind of do this a little bit with Zoom, but not quite as easily. You can store as many of these types of things in what's called the broadcast room. And then we can also put up these banners. I'll show you the one we made for this show, this little ticker banner that scrolls across the bottom, which is kind of cool. And you can put that up and hide it. You know, you can have a whole bunch of these stored, you know, so like as guests come on, you can introduce them with a banner. You can create them even on the fly. Like, look, we'll call this one banner on the fly. Just, I'll even put a little emoji of a fly. If I can find one. Do they have a fly emoji? No, but they do have flying style. I probably shouldn't use a bat. It's too early for that, right?
Yeah, that conjures up too many.
Right. All right. How about then an eagle? That's a flying icon. So there's a wait. No, I didn't show it. So this is what there's a different type of banner. So you could like
nice.
Do
Have
that.
you ever seen a bat at night here in Vegas?
Oh yeah, I have.
They're horrible flyers. They're all over the place.
Well, they're trying to eat the bugs. The bugs are flying all over the place, kind of sporadically, and the bats are trying to get them.
All right. In that case, they're incredible flyers.
Exactly. Yeah. So we love bats, especially when you're camping, because then they get rid of all the mosquitoes and the biting bugs. So anyway, so that's a different type of banner. So you have the ticker banner that scrolls across the bottom like this, and then you have the overlay banner, boom, like that. Kind of nice. And then we've got this overlay
the comments thing that pops up, which is nice.
Oh, yeah, and the comments thing here. If someone would actually make a comment again, then we could actually feature that. So maybe make a comment that is family friendly for Easter Sunday, and we'll feature it here on the show.
Maybe Valerie wants to be on the show.
Is she still out there? Are you still out there? I can't. It's interesting. It doesn't show me the names of the live viewers. It just says we have 4 live viewers on looks like my personal Facebook page, and 0 on our business page, and 0 on our YouTube channel. Okay, well, that's good to know. But I don't know who they are. So
feel free to comment.
Yeah, you would have to comment for me to know that you're actually listening. So that's a interesting. We're learning about how this works. I suppose I could go on to, there it is, Happy Easter. Here, so let's feature that. That's very family friendly. Thank you, Valerie, for being our one and only commenter of the day.
So far.
So far. And yes, Happy Easter to you. So so we're really just here testing this new platform, talking about things we're doing that are new and different since we've been going through this challenging time for the whole world. We've talked about we're cooking more. We've talked about some apps that we're using. What else are we doing? I'm doing some projects with the kids. I posted a picture yesterday of a project I'm doing with my 16-year-old son, Aiden. That's been kind of neat. Getting the tools out. We're making I guess you could call it a shelf. It's more of like a railing that we're putting all around the high up on his ceiling or his walls.
Okay.
That he'll be able to display some of his comic books all up on the high part of his wall near the ceiling. It's like a railing that I went to with mask and gloves on. I went to Lowe's briefly yesterday and purchased some materials for that. And so we're making that. We've got probably another day's worth of work to do. It's kind of fun.
Well, and you cleaned out your garage. I started on my garage yesterday, made some great progress.
Ordered my
So,
first ever dumpster outside the house so we could dump stuff that we didn't, well, that was ruined basically. So,
right.
although some of the stuff we thought that was ruined, others didn't. We had a lot of people going through that dumpster picking out stuff. So, not a problem.
Yeah. It's like vultures.
But hey, I don't mind. They cleaned up after themselves, so I'm all
Yeah.
good. So what else? What other new things are we doing, Ronan?
We are having the same conversations with our clients about what they're doing new.
Mm,
And it's interesting to see how everyone is making an adjustment, because I think that even though this is it's temporary, we know it's temporary, we know what it's all about, we don't exactly know how it'll play out, but I think everyone is starting to settle into the notion that even when this is over, nothing will be the same.
yeah.
It's still going to mean that we have to, like, what I'm saying is that there will be a residual effect in
Yeah,
the
I
number
think
of people
certain
doing
things will,
live.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I kind of liken it in a lot of ways. Well, it's a very different situation, but after 9/11, things were different. And they still are different as a result of what happened here in at least the United States in particular. Um, that haven't ever gone back to the way it was prior to 9/11. Just look at the airports and TSA and, flying in general and bag checking and even things not related to flying are different as a result of 9/11,
Right.
with different levels of vigilance at movie theaters and just things. And there will probably be 10 times those many things that are long lasting as a result of what we're going through today.
I think it also serves as a reminder that the only truth to me in life is change. Like, that's really the only thing that is
Sure,
a guarantee,
sure.
right? And one of the things when I talk to businesses about their business, one of the things that I think one of the biggest killer of a good business is complacency.
Hmm.
And I could also translate that into my life, in areas where I get complacent, right? We get complacent about our diet and maintaining our well-being. We get complacent about maybe our jobs, and we just kind of cruise along. We get certainly complacent in our business. Businesses, you're doing great. Like, yeah, let's just keep doing this. It's like, yeah, but somebody else is working harder than you to get ahead of you.
Right.
So,
Well, this certainly has been a wake up call for complacency, right?
yeah, and the norms that we've had and the lives and the routines that we are desperately trying to get back to, but won't ever actually be there. Yeah, complacency is a silent killer
It
in
is.
many ways.
Hey, let's show off. Some people are wanting to know. I'm guessing that they want to know actually other features of this tool. So you can actually do a screen share thing. So I'm going to share. Well, let's see. If I go and I was talking about doing this project with my son Aiden. So if I share, let's see, this screen. This is a photo. Okay, no, it's not. It was a photo. There it is. So there's a photo of my son and I working on his this project we're building for to display his comic books. And then you can like quickly change the view. Like if I click that, now it's just me on camera with the screen share, or I can do just the screen like that, or I can bring both Ronan and I back on with the screen share. I like some of these easy ways to move in and out of different views. Um, or I can go back to just the two of us.
When you
Um,
could do yourself solo,
right.
right?
Or I can just, go, here's me solo. So there's all these little quick buttons that you can select. And then if we had multiple guests, you could put, I think, up to 6 guests onto this at the same time. If
The
anybody
one
wants to
thing,
come on as a guest, just comment and we'll bring you on live. If you do, just make sure you've got a microphone on your device, however you're connected.
And camera. The other thing, the one thing to be mindful of is that it doesn't automatically switch to the active talker. So as a producer, you have to make sure that, so when you're doing your Campbell Jones Cohen streams,
right,
you have to switch back to them and back to you.
So Alex, welcome. Thanks for your comment. I'll post it. Look at this. There it is. What is this webinar system called? Alex, this is called StreamYard. StreamYard. We're actually doing this call as a test of it. Yeah, Marty Funky. Yes, my buddy Marty, fellow scouter. He wants to come on as a mobile guest. So Marty, let's do it. I got to figure out how. Just a second here. Oh, how do I?
You got to invite.
I have to invite. Okay, hold on, Marty.
And then I think you have to post the link in the comments. Is what you did yesterday.
Yep. Can I send the link just to the person I want to bring on, or does it just go to everybody?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, how do I do that?
Well,
all right. I'm just going to post it. Everybody can get it. We're having fun here. So Marty, I just put the link. Well, there it is. Into the comments. You should be able to click that and then enter into the broadcast room. And then from there, I believe I can bring you on live. So we'll give Marty a moment here to do that. And it looks like he is connected with a mobile device, which is cool. So yeah, Marty is also very active running in scouting. And we banter back and forth in a positive way online a lot about that.
Did you mention that there was now a Zoom merit badge?
There's not a Zoom merit badge, but speaking of merit, yeah, that is. So there is something else that I'm doing differently. See, you led me right into that. So one of the new things we're doing is we are doing virtual troop meetings for our scout troop, and the program we're running is the communications merit badge, which is very timely given the different ways we're now communicating. And we are using Zoom for that. So it's not the Zoom merit badge, but we've adjusted the communications merit badge in order to be able to use Zoom to accomplish it. Not seeing the link. Okay, so I put the link. Oh, you know why? It didn't post the link into my personal comments. It only posted it on our business pages. Why is that? I don't know. Let me see if I can get that. Oh, for some reason, why isn't it streaming? No, it is. Hold on. We're learning. Can't post comments to some destinations. Okay, why? It's saying chat platform info. Okay, Facebook profiles, public. Follow these steps. All right, so I don't know why it's not posting the link. All right, let me
we'll
just
need to.
I am going to copy it to my clipboard. I'm going to go on to Facebook. So hold on. And then I'll just manually post it because I don't know why it's not posting. Hold on a second, Marty. Let's see if I can get this to, okay, here we go. And okay, that's not the right page. Un momento, por favor. Here we go. Okay, here's the link. I'll just reply right here to Marty. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Why is it doing that? Okay, it is now there. Okay, Marty, you should see the link now. And I'm going to close Facebook.
And just so you know, Brian, I got a boogie here. I got a 10 o'clock.
Oh, what time is it? Wow, we've been going on already for a half hour.
We've been rambling on.
Well, maybe I'll just continue the show with Marty if we can figure out how to get him on.
Well, I could talk all day.
No, I am not going to. I actually have a 10:15 appointment with this guy here. Let's put him on the screen again. With this guy to continue working on his shelving unit for his comic books. So
I'm always encouraged when I see Jews and power tools.
it isn't, I exactly. See, some of us Jews actually can use a drill.
Yeah. Crushing a stereotype.
And saws and other things and paint and use a level to hang things properly. For those of you that don't get the joke, both of us are Jews, and let's just say that not all of our kind is very comfortable or skilled at using tools.
Yeah.
There's a
Sometimes
joke.
the phone is
There's an
out.
old saying that what does the Jewish homeowner do when the porch light burns out? They put the house up for sale. I'm laughing at my own jokes, yes, because no one else is. So,
Well, maybe do they? I know they have banners and stuff like that. Do they have a laugh track?
oh, I bet we haven't even tested running videos and stuff like that. Let's try that. All right, so we're going into here. Let me go back to this view here, and then I'm going to go find a video. Let's see, where do I have a video? It'd be interesting to see and hear how that comes across. And Marty is probably looking at that link to see if he can get on here. Where do I have a video? Okay, you know what? I'll use one of my videos from let's see, speaking. Let's see, do I have any videos? I should have a video in there. Hold on. Let's see here. Okay, Marty, I see Marty. All right, so let's bring Marty into the stream here. Marty.
Hey there.
There he is. Okay, that was easy. I don't know how if it was easy for you, but it was easy.
It took us 10 minutes.
So for some reason, when I posted the link, it went to two of the places we're streaming, but not the one you were watching from. So I don't know why. I'll figure that one out later.
Yeah, and then I couldn't tap on it, so I had to manually open a browser and type it in.
Interesting. Okay.
So, which I think it was just a Facebook issue because I was just on Facebook, so I don't know if it.
So what kind of device are you on?
So I'm on an Android, and it came in, and it was easy. It just asked me for my name and whatnot. Didn't ask me to download anything. Didn't ask me to no account or anything. It just said put your name in. I put it in, and then it said I was in a waiting room waiting for you. So that was nice. Yeah, this is a nice. I mean, this is like a really slick system. I'm kind of excited about it. I've tested out several different things in the last few weeks and looking for just the right stuff because I'm not a big fan of Zoom either. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't mind Zoom. It's just everybody's doing Zoom, and I'm looking like you for just something else to get the message out in a more creative way. I do love the controls, especially on the desktop here that I have with changing. Like, I don't know, me click a couple, see what happens here. Like, there's a different view. If I bring on, let me see how that looks. If I bring on my screen share there, now we're all on the side here with the screen share to the one side. You can bring in and out these different overlays.
what happens if I turn my?
Yeah, that's actually much better. Yeah.
So I'm going. Yep. So there is a horizontal and vertical. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. So it's pretty slick.
For me, it's like watching, talking heads on cable news.
Yeah, I'm loving all the titles and the crawls and.
Yeah, and you can swap them in. You can like preload all these ahead of your show, and like I could stop this one, and then bring on that one. So you could introduce your guest that way, or have different calls to action, I suppose. Although I'm imagining they're not clickable. And then on terms of brand, we made this one overlay.
Well, we should test that, see if they are clickable or not. That'd be pretty huge if they are.
That would be huge. I would think I would have read about it, but I don't know. It doesn't say that they are. I think it's just a visual. Yeah.
Yep.
And then chat privately with your guests. Oh, I see. This is okay. So we can chat within ourselves. So a couple things that I haven't quite figured out. Like, there is no registration. This is just a live stream. Like, it just goes out. I do like the fact that you can simultaneously, like right now, this is being streamed to my personal Facebook page, our business Facebook page, and our business YouTube channel all at the same time. And that you just set up when and you can, if you've got LinkedIn Live, it can stream to LinkedIn Live as well.
Wow.
That I like. But there's no like webinar registration. So you're not necessarily building a list or capturing, information that you can follow up with or remind people even to show up.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you handle that maybe through like a ClickFunnels page or something to get people to register and then send them here. I'm not sure. I haven't that part I'm noodling.
Yeah. Well, maybe more for a podcast interview style or something like that you're just pushing out there, not necessarily using the as lead gen or anything.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So, but it was easy to use, and it's not expensive. I think it's like $30 a month or something like that. So, yeah. I heard about it from a friend of mine, and Ronan has been using it on a different project that he's involved with. So, thought I'd give it a
starting to feel like an on-air personality.
There you go.
Expert witness. All right, but I do have to.
Yeah, you have a 10 o'clock, and I'm going to get back to building this project with Aiden. So, Marty, thanks for playing.
Yeah, no problem. I thought it'd just be interesting to see how it looked from a mobile standpoint.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right.
Good talking to you guys.
Likewise.
Cheers.
Okay.
So let's wrap up the show, dude.
Okay.
What do you want to say to wrap up?
Happy Easter. And I hope that whatever you're doing today, whether you're celebrating Easter or not, that you, I don't know. I always like to end.
You'll love the ones you're with.
Love the ones you're with. I always like to end with, make sure you do something to put some joy into your life every day, whatever that happens to be for you.
Yeah. For me, I think it's having the opportunity to take on a project that you've always said, I'll do that someday. Today is someday. This whole virus thing is that someday.
Agreed.
So if you have it on your schedule for someday, bump it into today and just start it. Just do something new, different.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Very, very good ending, Ronan. I'm going to leave it with that. And good day.
Good day. Stay tuned for more.
Stay tuned for more.
More to come.